Hi, my name is Noel Davis with World Composting, and we have another update on our bin that is drying out by itself. I took the lid off and I've moved everything to one side, try to get the water to drain to the other side of the bin, and we're going to just do another update. Now, this has been going on for I think over a month now, and it has taken time, but this bin was really wet, and there are other ways to do this, but I'm trying to do it within one bin by itself, really, without dumping it out or dumping it in a cardboard box and everything like that. Those all sound like fantastic ideas, but this is for somebody at home who's just like, I just need to dry this out. I don't have the room to do this. So maybe they live in a condo or something, but they can have the bin and they can open up the lid. So let's take a look at it and see how it's doing. So it is starting to get, if you can't tell here, on this side, move this up a little bit, there's a little bit of liquid, but not much. I mean, this was all water before, and some of this has even dried out. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to just take this, I'm going to just kind of mix it around here. It's getting a little bit crunchy on the top. So it's definitely starting to dry out, and we just kind of want to mix everything up and see how this is. So this is what's amazing to me here. Hold on, let me just show you this right here. It looks to me like there's a ton of cocoons in here, but I can't tell if those are, hopefully those are cocoons, like right there. And there's just a whole bunch in certain areas of this bin. So I'm just going to kind of mix it up here, keep everything aerated. You can see there's still lots of worms in here. I mean, they're not going to go anywhere, obviously, because they're not going to climb out of here since it's dry. And with the lid off, so we're just going to kind of loosen everything up a little bit. And the eventual idea that I really want to do with this is I want to be able to run this through some sort of sifter or something if I can. So we're just going to keep mixing it up here. And I'm going to continue to do this while I'm not taking video as well. And if anybody knows, I find pieces like this of plastic in my bins all the time, and all the cardboard I put in here is shredded up. The only other thing I add in here are fruits and vegetables, so I don't know where these are coming from. But I notice them in my bin quite a bit, so if anybody has any idea, I'd really love to know where those are coming from. Those are bigger than shredder pieces too, so it's not like that could be from, you know, maybe, I guess maybe a piece of cardboard has a small piece of plastic that expands out or something like that, but it's kind of strange. I am finding some other chunks of stuff in here too, but this is just to kind of aerate this a little bit, break it back up again. I don't think I need to do the one side anymore. By the way, this is one of the, for those that are raising fishing worms, I just have to mention, like, this is the best way to have a bin. I mean, you look how large that worm is compared to a lot of the other red worms that I have. I mean, most of them are probably, I don't see any real small ones in here right now. Hold on. Maybe like this size right here. This is how most of my red worms are. And then as you saw with this one right here, pretty sure these are both red worms. I mean, I haven't added any different type of worm to the bin. Maybe they are, but I've noticed that in these bins in particular, when they're wet, they get really much bigger than these worms right here, which is how they are in a lot of my flow-through bins, where they're really tiny and they don't take up a lot of space. But when they get into a bin like this, it's very wet, they get very, very large, it seems like. I mean, maybe I have two different types of worms in here, but I don't think I do. So, I mean, if somebody can identify those worms and make sure that both of them are red worms, that'd be great. But you know, it's something I've noticed. Now, maybe there's just a different type of worm, and they tend to thrive in here, and the red worms I have don't. But so we're just going to continue to mix this up a little bit more. This is definitely starting to. You can see there's tons of worms in here, by the way. So, but I want to be able to sort them out. I don't want to just dump them out or dump them in my garden or anything. I'd like to sort them so I could start another bin with them or something like that. So, this is what I'm trying with this. We're trying to dry it out. Oh, here's a cocoon right here. This one is definitely a cocoon and has not hatched yet or anything. Let me see if I can get it here. You see right on the tip of my finger right there, there's a cocoon. So overall, this is doing much better. It's starting to dry out a little bit more. I'm gonna have to probably mix it up a little bit more often now that I'm really getting into this here and getting down to the end, I should say. So it's doing well. This is possible, it's showing too, and it is starting to break up a little bit more, and it's definitely, like, it's still a little bit muddy, more muddy than I would like it, but it's getting there. So we're going to continue to leave this lid off. I'm going to now have it kind of spread out through the bin, and I'm going to come down probably every once in a while and just sort of rake it back and forth like this, or use a cultivator and do that, and see if we can get this to dry out just a little bit more, and then maybe try to run it through some sort of sifting process if possible. A lot of my bins end up being wet at this level consistency, which isn't bad. I mean, like, air can get in and stuff like that, but I would like to be able to dry them out a little bit more to make them easier to sort through and sift. So this is why we're trying this. And for any of those people that have bins in their apartment or condo, this is one of the ways that you can dry them out instead of having to dump it in another container or a box or leave it outside or something like that. This is being done in my basement and it's working. So thank you very much. Please like and subscribe to my channel.